Hey there, what's going on everyone, and welcome to Robeytech, where we talk about everything PC, from gaming, hardware, and news. Today we've got a bunch of news to cover, but first, be sure to subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you know when we're going to upload a new episode of Robeytech. Alright, you guys ready? You guys ready? Let's do it. Number one, Project xCloud's public invites have officially gone out. Now, you know cloud gaming is on the rise, and Project xCloud from Xbox has started rolling out public invitations to test the services in the US, UK, and South Korea. Sorry, Canada. Now, right now, you can play test 4 first-party titles. That's Halo 5, Gears of War 5, Killer Instinct, and Sea of Thieves. Now, keep in mind that you do not have to own the games already or buy them to take part in the test. So far, the general sentiment around Project xCloud has been really positive, with users claiming latency is not an issue on most Wi-Fi connections, and gameplay is smooth and looks pretty dang crispy. Sorry, Stadia, with your negative latency. We don't even know what that means. Like, what was that? Negative latency. But anyway, this is real news with real users. Now let us know in the comments below if you are testing out Project xCloud, and let us know what your impressions are of the service. What do you think your impressions are going to be? Do you even know what Project xCloud is, Brian?
I do.
Oh, whoa! Our news works! People read it! Or listen to it or watch it. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Cyberpunk 2077 will not have microtransactions. Cha-ching! Wait, no, that's the opposite of cha-ching. It's not what's the negative version of cha-ching?
I declare bankruptcy!
I don't know. Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the most anticipated games that is set to release in April of next year. And an interview with CD Projekt Red's John Mamus stated that he thinks that microtransactions, while profitable, and they are, may not be a good idea in Cyberpunk 2077. Now, it's not an easy thing to decide an entire game's business model, but Mamias, and I'm sorry if I'm murdering your name, I really do like you, and please don't not let me play Cyberpunk 2077. Anyway, Mamias thinks that if the community hates the way microtransactions are implemented, then he may lose a ton of goodwill with their customers. Now, it's a good thing to listen to your core community and direct the player voice to the developers. Wink, wink. Player voice. It's a thing. I kind of know. It's a thing. Now, for those of you who don't know, Blizzard has been doubling down on their political statements. Now, if you are not aware of what has happened at the Hearthstone tournament in China and Blizzard's reaction, well, first and foremost, you need to get out from under that rock you've been living in, go on the internet, and read about this thing. Now, here's the deal. It actually looks like Blizzard is backtracking on the punishment, but not the sentiment or their stance on political statements during their actual real broadcast. They've returned all of Blitzchung's $10,000 winnings to him and reduced his ban from 12 months to 6 months, and will actually allow him to play and compete in other events. Now, the shoutcasters are also only getting a 6-month ban, rather than getting blacklisted from Blizzard's events forever. Now, Blizzard's president, J. Allen Breck, said that Blizzard is standing fast on their decision that the official broadcasts, and I do mean official, are not the place for political statements, and that similar actions by any players in the future will be met with similar consequences. That's right. You better watch out, because Blizzard's gonna get you. They're gonna get you, and they're serious. Now, let's take a moment and talk about all the new games coming out on Steam this week. There are no new games coming out on Steam this week. This is really awkward. Crickets? Okay, let's talk about Corsair's DDR4 5000 RAM. Our good friends over at Corsair have dropped some juicy news on us with the release of some wicked fast, said it in a Boston accent RAM. Yeah, Josh, I failed you on that one. It's not, I just couldn't do it. I'm terrible at that, but I'm sorry. They've dropped some DDR4 running at a lightning fast 5,000 megahertz out of the box. Now, this 16 gigabit kit in a 2x8 configuration rings up at a blistering $1,224.99. So sure, you can buy an entire budget PC for the cost of just the RAM. But hey, you gotta go fast. $1,200, Maddie. $1,200. That's crazy. Okay, listen, Newegg. Let's just have a moment here with me and my lightsaber and Newegg. We need to build a PC with this RAM, Newegg. And what if we build a budget PC, like where we said like the budget was like $5,000, and this was part of that budget PC? Come on. There's a thing. There's a match made here. Okay, for those of you who don't know, the record-breaking speed was built around the MSI MEG series X570 boards. We're excited about these. I don't know, let's get some support. If we can maybe get a bunch of likes and stuff like that, maybe Newegg will let us build with some of that crazy DDR4 5000 RAMs. And I know Zavra will be very excited about that. Now, Intel is actually going to skip 10 nanometer and go straight to 7 nanometer. Now, the rumor mill is abuzz for Intel with a couple of juicy nuggets. It seems that Team Blue is potentially skipping the 10 nanometer design altogether and jumping ahead to 7 nanometer tech. Now, the 10 nanometer chips have been riddled with development issues, struggling to even meet the clock speeds of the previous 14 nanometer generation. Now, the rumor is that they plan on using the Comet Lake S and Rocket Lake S lineup with their Meteor Lake S 7 nanometer in 2022. Now, I'm just going to break this down for a second because I don't know if people really understand this. AMD Ryzen 3rd Gen CPUs are actually already on 7 nanometer process, and Intel is on 10. Now they're saying in 2022, it's not even 2020 yet. So this is 2 years, right? No, is it 2020? It's 2019. What year is it, Brian?
2019.
Okay, yeah, so we're talking 2019. 2 years from now, we're gonna have 7 nanometer. AMD's on 7 nanometer now. This is a big deal. Come on, Team Blue. If this was a Halo game and this was Red versus Blue, Red would be wiping the floor with Blue right now. So let's get it together there, Intel. Speaking of Intel, Intel's i3 Core X is actually getting multi-threading. In previous generations, the i3 quad-core CPU didn't actually come with hyper-threading, so 4 cores meant that you get 4 threads. Rumor has it, in an effort to compete with AMD's Ryzen lineup, I think you're seeing a trend here, the i3 10100, or the 10100, that's binary. That's binary, Brian. It sounds like binary. I don't think it's actually binary, but ones and zeros, where Ryzen's 1 and Intel's 0. Ooh, see what I did there? Snap. Anyway, the i3 10100 will come with hyper-threading, so those 4 cores will get pumped up to 8 threads. Think of all that productivity, all those Google Chromes opened at once. Now, no other details have been released about clock speeds or pricing, but with the previous 4-core, 8-thread i7 7700K flagship being discontinued, it makes sense that they would bring hyper-threading to their budget lineup. And the i3 is definitely a budget CPU. Now, this is super interesting because we talked a lot of Team Blue. Let's talk a little Team Red. AMD to add ray tracing to Navi in December. Team Red has its fair share of rumors, but the biggest rumor is that AMD will be adding its own version of ray tracing to Navi GPUs in December. I don't know what I think about this. Now, while it technically can support ray tracing, it doesn't have hardware acceleration to trace them rays, boys and girls. Now, thankfully, DirectX doesn't require special hardware for ray tracing, so AMD is releasing its biggest driver update in December to introduce official ray tracing support in its RX 5000 series GPUs. Now, some inquisitive users have actually ripped apart the code that came out alongside Halo 5 and noticed some ray tracing settings in there. You know, like, well, would you look at that? What do you know? Ray tracing. Anyway, guys, what do you think about ray tracing in game? Is it worth the performance hit for more realistic graphics? Let us know in the comments section below. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead, and you're hanging out down below, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button? Maybe you can go ahead and swap that little like button and ring that little notification bell so you know each and every time that we post a new video. And don't forget, folks, this week we go to 2 times a week. So come in every Wednesday and every Friday for a brand new episode of the Robeytech News. And don't forget to go follow us over on mixer.com/Robey1Kenobi, where you can check out our Robeytech live show every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Guys, it's been awesome, but I gotta go blizzard up some folks. We'll see you later.